What's up, guys?
What's up, guys?
What's up, guys? So, Beauty and the Beast,
Kong Skull Island,
Logan,
Episode 8, Last Jedi
The
teaser
best
trailer.
love letters to Hollywood that we have
This
ever
film
seen.
is a masterpiece. So, until the next time, goodbye. Wonder Woman is the fourth installment in the DC Extended Universe after Man of Steel, Batman vs Superman and Suicide Squad. Now, Man of Steel and Batman vs Superman weren't as good as they could have been, but they were still enjoyable. Suicide Squad was a big disappointment, and DC fans have been quite disappointed with the way that their franchise has been going and the way that DC is going about bringing these characters to life. So DC really had a lot resting on Wonder Woman's shoulders to make this franchise good and breathe some new life into it. So Wonder Woman is directed by Patty Jenkins. It's the first superhero film to be directed by a female director, surprisingly, and it stars Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, or Diana Prince. And we've seen the character before. We saw her in a cameo in Batman vs Superman, but this is her origin story. This film tells the story of how Wonder Woman came to be, how she grew up, how the experiences and the people that she met in this time period essentially moulded her into the person that we saw in the present day in Batman vs Superman, and the person that we will see in Justice League. So as I said, DC really had a lot riding on the film, and I apologise for getting this review out so late. I know the film's been out for about a month now, but I had school, various other things, and I've only got to see it recently, and I wanted to get my thoughts down and then make my review. So I'm really happy to report that it's a very, very good film. I know that most of you know this by now. I'm sure a lot of you have seen it, read the reviews, and you know that Wonder Woman is actually a very good film. Gal Gadot delivers a standout performance. She captures all the aspects of Wonder Woman's character. Her naivety, her charm, and her hopefulness, they're all the aspects that make Wonder Woman stand out from the other superheroes. And this story is really interesting because it's like she grows up as a character with the audience. We get to witness her change and realise certain things about the world that she hadn't known because she'd been sheltered on her island away from the rest of the world. So when Steve Trevor comes in, played by Chris Pine, and introduces her to a world filled with wars, etc. in World War One, she immediately wants to go and help people because of those character traits that she has. She always wants to help people, she always sees the best in people, and she wants to go and help the world. And that ever-present tone of sincerity and optimism is a really nice change of pace for DC, because their previous films have been dark and gloomy. Just think of Batman vs Superman, how many humorous moments were there in that? But Wonder Woman is actually very funny because of the fish out of water scenario of her being taken from her isolated island and dumped into the real world. And some of the funniest moments in the film are the times when it's literally just Diana reacting to everyday things that we see but that she's never seen before. So there are genuine moments of humour in this film, and that's a really nice change of pace for DC. And I have to say, the natural landscapes combined with the CGI for Diana's home island, I'm not really sure what the name is, but that combination of natural locations and CGI is really, really good. And throughout the film, their recreation of wartime London and Belgium, Austria, wherever they go, they really capture the feel of the wartime, and it's recreated really well. It's always nice to see working class London brought to life in film, and in Wonder Woman they do it really well. Another thing that really carries the film forward and sets it apart from other superhero films, other DC films particularly, is the character moments. And I know that many people will go into the film wanting all the action, all the good action stuff with Wonder Woman fighting, but some of the best moments in the film are those deeper character moments, and that's something that DC really hasn't done previously, and that is build good characters that we can care about. Chris Pine is really, really good. I think this might be the best I've seen him, better than he is as Captain Kirk in Star Trek. He's really good, and Steve Trevor is a believable character that we can really root for, and the audience can really care about the characters in this film, and that's something that we haven't been able to do in previous DC films. The action scenes are also done very well. The scene where Wonder Woman first goes into battle and she puts on her things and the tiara thing, I don't know what it's called, but it looks like a tiara. That moment is very emotional and very inspirational. It's one of the best superhero scenes that we've had recently. The slow motion, fast motion action style is slightly overused. Also, the third act is slightly CGI heavy, and it is like a lot of final climactic battles that we've seen before in superhero films. But since you care about the characters so much, it doesn't really take away that much from that final fight. Also, there are 3 main villains in this film, and they're not really that fleshed out. They could have done with just one main villain. They're not really given enough screen time to be fleshed out and for us to fear them too much. They never really generate that much fear when they're on screen. And Ares, the main villain of the film, he was slightly cliche, slightly over the top. And I wanted something a bit more than that, because up to that point the film had been quite unconventional for a superhero film, and that final battle with Ares was just quite conventional. But other than that, I thought that Wonder Woman was a very good film, and one that I would definitely watch again. I'm going to give Wonder Woman an A-. DC will be especially pleased that now they have a film that can set their franchise in the right direction. Can't wait for Justice League in November. And yeah, those are my thoughts on Wonder Woman. What do you think? Like, comment, subscribe, whatever you want to do. And until the next time, goodbye.